Thank you for tuning in and welcome to ciLiving. I'm your host, Jaclyn Friedlander. The Scovill Zoo is getting ready for an exciting summer. Not only are the zookeepers ready to see you, but so are the animals. Joining me now is Zoo Director Heather Purdeu, and she brought along two additions to the Scovill Zoo family. So Adam Sherwinski has come along to also help us hold a goat.
Oh no, I have to hold a goat. Oh no.
I was going to say that was a really hard sell before the show. Hey Adam, can you do me a favor?
She texted me, she's like, where are you at? Can you hold a goat? And I'm like, I'll be there in a second.
So Heather, tell us about these goats.
Yeah, we have two twins, Latte and Espresso. They're sisters, and it's very common for goats to have twins. We've had them have up to 4 at a time.
Oh, wow.
So multiple births is very common. They are Nigerian dwarf and pygmy crosses, and Nigerian dwarfs are very common dairy goats. So it was very appropriate that I brought them to your show today.
Yeah, because we have the dairy later.
And they're almost 4 weeks old, so you could see that they're still pretty small. They are very rambunctious. They're very active, as we saw earlier, as they ran around the studio here a little bit. But they have a lot of personality. They're great. When visitors come to the zoo, they love seeing the goats, and especially the baby goats, because, I mean, how cute are they?
They are so cute. It's funny because when you said I'm bringing 2 goats, in my head, they were going to be large goats, because I had gone to TM Horsehaven and he handed me a goat, and the goat was like 60 pounds. But these are so cute and little. They were running around before. They make an adorable, like, squeaky noise. It's funny because I feel like when you think of goats, you don't really think of the sound as much. But what do goats eat?
They would eat a lot of different hay and honestly, pretty much anything, actually, but hay, different kinds of browse, like leaves and stuff. And then we also give them a grain, and they can feed the goats at Scovill Zoo. So we have the little feed machines. It's a little pelleted diet. It actually has quite a bit of air in that little pelleted, because obviously we don't want to overfeed our goats.
Sure.
And but they of course love the feed machines, and they will hang out in front of those. As these guys are getting bigger, they're starting to nibble on more solid food, and it's really hard when the goats are first born, because they're just drinking their mom's milk, and the kids always want to feed the babies. And I was like, well, actually the mom probably needs that little petting zoo food more than the babies do. But they're now starting to nibble on different things. They do nibble on shirts, shoestrings, anything else that our visitors will bring in, and that's just how they test everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've been nibbled on before by goats.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, do you have pellets? No, you don't. Okay, and they walk away. It's
Yeah.
like, well, all right.
They usually learn pretty quickly.
They're like real babies, but they're exploring the world essentially with their mouth.
With their mouth, yes.
And do they make good pets? Because I feel like everyone thinks that maybe they want a house goat. Are house goats a good idea?
I would have a nice large yard. We are in a pretty rural community, so obviously if you have a nice little pasture for them and a yard for them, they are social. So we've had people, interested in purchasing our goats. These guys are already spoken for. We already have foams for these guys, but they are social, so you need at least 2 of them. To be happy. They have a companion that they can live with that way.
And they do seem cuddly. They seem to really like people. That one looks like it might fall asleep again, just like a real baby.
Yeah, they had their little spurt of energy there a second ago, but now
Espresso's over.
They're tiring out now.
He's like, I don't want you in our meal. I don't want you. I'm going to do my own thing. I want to go eat everything.
And how big ultimately will they get, and do different varieties of species of goats get to be different sizes? Yeah,
there's a lot of different breeds of goats, and they can get much larger than these guys. These are actually a smaller species of goat, and kind of on average, our goats are probably around 75 pounds, our females. The males sometimes will get bigger than that. So, and then obviously they can range, just like people do, a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller than that.
Sure. And then what events do you have coming up at the zoo at the moment?
We have, we're hosting a blood drive on the 26th, and we're partnering with the American Red Cross, and there's a critical need for blood. And so if you come to the zoo, it is a free admission Thursday, so you're welcome to go into the zoo. But if you donate blood, you also get a free train ride that you can use that day or later, and a $15 e-gift card. And a free admission. We've started those are on Thursdays. They will run through the rest of our season, which is about the second week of October. And anyone, adult or child, can get in for free on those free Thursdays, and that does include this Thursday, Juneteenth. So we've already had some people call and ask about that. The other big thing is July 4th is coming, and we will be open on July 4th. So you're welcome to come out, spend the day with your family at the zoo, and we will have free carousel rides that day.
Oh, free carousel rides for the 4th.
Yes.
I love that. So you're sort of kicking off with the blood drive. You can come do something good, which there is a very critical need for blood. I know we're doing a blood drive coming up soon as well.
Yes.
And then Adam, I think, has lost his goat.
Yes.
You can probably hear it in the background. It is running loose in the studio. And so what is your favorite goat fact? We have about a minute left. I think Tyler's going to get some footage of that goat for us.
I think the biggest one, we have a variety of different colors. These are sisters, and people look at them, and we have black and white, and this one's kind of a light caramel or cream colored and white. But we've had all black, and it's just fun because you never know. It's so exciting when they're born because we never know what color variations you're going to get. Just like a dog giving birth, and you don't know what the variety of different puppy colors are going to be. It's the same for our keepers, when they're born. So we enjoy having them. A lot of, like we said, we have a lot of personality. This one here seems to be a little bit sassier than her sister, and that's okay. We love a little bit of sass in our goats.
Yeah, she does. She seems really sassy, and the other one seems to be very exploratory, wants to be wandering.
Yeah, she's probably crying for her sister. Yes.
Like, wait, where's my buddy? Well, thank you so much for bringing the goats, and I did not know that. I really thought that all goats kind of were the same. So there goes that goat. Thank you so much for being here, Heather. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for helping me wrangle goats today.
Of course. Well, coming up on ciLiving, meteorologist Adam Sherwinski is going to stick around. We have another installment of Lab Coat Legends, and we are learning all about energy. And then later today, the Champaign Public Library will share some events that you won't want to miss, so stay tuned.